So I just tried listening to Pete Buttigieg, whatever his name is, and I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I tried. I just can't do it. You know what it is that really it's this whole identity politics platform that progressives run on. I can't do it. I just can't. You know, he could be running on a absolutely 100% constitutional platform. Elizabeth Warren could be running on a perfect 100% constitutional platform. And I would vote for them. But if they were running on that platform and then they got up there and started spewing all this identity politic garbage, I wouldn't vote for them. Because I don't care if you're gay. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what sexuality you are. I don't care what sex you are. It's the principles that you're running on that matter to me. And our biggest hurdle with racism in this country is Washington, D.C. itself. You know, Hitler liked identity politics. You gotta remember, if you didn't fit into the box that he liked, then he's gonna kill you. He separated everybody. He put everybody into their individual boxes, and from there he prioritized to how he was going to kill him, how quickly he was going to kill him, how much he was going to make him suffer. He put them all in their individual little boxes. You know who else likes individual little boxes? Progressives definitely love the boxes, but all the DC elites love the boxes. They like keeping us separated. They do not like the idea of us identifying as Americans. They want us to identify as black. They want us to identify as white. They want us to identify as straight. They want us to identify as gay. They want us to identify as this. They want us to identify as that. You know, it's time to send a message to DC. There's a census. It's census time. There's a couple things on the census, and we can send a message to Washington, D.C. If you're a gay couple, don't check on there that you're a gay couple. Check on there that, if you're not married, check on there that you're an unmarried couple. If you're married, check on there that you're a married couple. If you're single, check on there that you're single. But don't don't give them the privilege of putting you in a box to separate you somehow from other Americans, to somehow separate you from your friends and family. Because, the identity politics, we're all Americans. And it's Washington, D.C. that fuels racism and hate in this country. Which, that comes to the other set of boxes. Don't check that you're white. Don't check that you're black. Don't check that you're Native American. Don't check that you're whatever the mother box. I know they got a few other boxes on there. Check other. And if the other, I haven't seen the form yet, but if it's where when you check other and then it has the line that you're supposed to fill in, check other and write American. Because if you're an American or an American citizen, then, or maybe better yet, you know what? Because if you're not here, if you're here as like on a green card, or you're here on a work visa, anything like that, everybody should just check other and put human. That'd be the best way to do it. Everybody just check the box that says other and write in human. We're all human. It doesn't matter what race you are. We're human. Because Washington, D.C. needs to keep us separated. The last thing Washington, D.C. wants is for us as a unified country. Unity is government's biggest fear. Unity is government's biggest downfall. Unity is government's biggest hurdle. When we unify, government's scared of us. So, just like the Nazis in their little boxes, our government loves them little Nazi boxes, and they want us all to be in the little Nazi boxes. So, I think we should really send a message to Washington, D.C. And like I said, if you're married, whether you're a heterosexual couple or a gay couple, just check that you're a married couple. And if you're a couple unmarried, it doesn't matter if you're gay or heterosexual. Just put you're an unmarried couple. And for race, everybody should just put other and write in human. We need, and that'd be a message to send to Washington, D.C. And can you imagine if the majority of us did it? It doesn't matter if we don't all do it. What would matter is if the majority of us did it. If the majority of us did it, we would scare the living hell out of Washington, D.C. And it would be an amazing victory for us as a country. For us as a country. Because you know what? We're all individuals. I mean, the foundation of America is individualism. That's why we believe in the freedom of religion. It's because every individual has the right to their choice of religion. We're individuals. That's why we're entitled to the pursuit of happiness, because each individual has their own definition of what their pursuit of happiness is. I mean, so many things about the Constitution embrace individualism. That's one of our founding principles is individualism. And it's time for us to stop letting them separate us with the identity politics. And it's time for them to stop letting them separate us and fuel racism. And it's time to, even their financial bigotry. They find every way they can to separate us. I mean, how many of us want to be poor? Exactly. How many of us, we might not want to be filthy rich, but how many of us really want to be rich? The majority of you are sitting there saying, I want to be rich. You might not want to be filthy rich, but you want to be rich. You want to be able to live comfortably. You want to be able to just say, well, you know what? I want, maybe it's not, maybe it's not that you want a, like me, you know, I would love to have a, Austin Martin. But maybe for you, you know, you'd love to be able to just go buy a yacht. But maybe for other people, it's you'd love to be able to go and don't, you know, be able to go and take care of animals at an animal shelter every day. Or maybe you'd love to be able to go and take care of people at a homeless shelter every day. I mean, we all have different reasons why we'd love to be rich. But the fact of the matter is, most of us would love to be rich. And they've even managed to make us hate the idea of being rich. They made us hate they managed to make the majority of millennials especially, hate the idea of being able to succeed so that they can do something that would make them truly happy in their lives. Like I said, it doesn't have to be owning a Bugatti or a mansion, or it could just be helping people, you know. But you need money to be able to do those things. So the majority of us really do. We want to be rich. We might not want to be filthy rich, but the majority of us also don't want to be greedy. That's another thing. The majority of us who, if we were rich, I like to believe the majority of us would not want to be greedy. I mean, yeah, we'd have them little things that we would do for ourselves. Like I said, I mean, I would love to do, you know, help at a homeless shelter and things like that. Um, you know, feeding the homeless and working. You know, being able to volunteer and work with things. You know, like like you know, my UBI, using Yang's UBI to do, you know, fund a program to help get the homeless off the street, you know. And I talked about how, you know, we could do a program like that. I'd love to be able to just volunteer time and help renovating homes to make that happen. But I would drive my Austin Martin there. If I was rich, I would drive my Austin Martin there. And it wouldn't be to rub it in other people's faces. It's because that is something that I really want. And there's nothing wrong with wanting something for yourself. You know, that's kind of that's kind of the tale behind Atlas Shrugged. People like to twist things to fit their narrative, but I mean that's really the story behind Atlas Shrug. Is it's about wanting to do for yourself, but not being evil at the same time. You know, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be rich. You need to be rich to be able to help people. So, you know, even that though, they've managed to make that where they managed to separate us with that. And the government did that too. The government did that because they've done it by, you know, with special favors for corporations. This way people are looking and they're saying, oh, well, you know, I own my small business, but I can't do what they're allowing Walmart to do because Walmart has so much more money than me. And granted, a lot of the politicians, they did it, you know, out of greed, but at the same time, they're the ones that, by doing it out of greed, they fueled that whole where people think it's bad to be rich. It's not bad to be rich. Bad to be greedy. But it's not bad to be rich. There is nothing wrong with being rich. There's nothing wrong with being white. There's nothing wrong with being black. There's nothing wrong with being gay. There's nothing wrong with being straight. There's nothing wrong with being a vegetarian. There's nothing wrong with eating a steak. But somehow our government has managed to pit us all against one another. And, you know, it's time for us just to make a stand and say, you know, we're just tired of the identity politics. And I think that would be a really, on the census, I think we should just all make a stand as Americans, or as people who believe in the American dream. This way, if you're here, if you're here on a residency card, if you're here getting your citizenship, most people are here for the American dream, though. So, it's still unity. I mean, if you believe in the American dream, then even in your heart, you're an American. Even if you're not an American on paper yet, in your heart, you're an American. If you believe in the American dream, you're an American in your heart. And so, with this census, we should just all get together. And like I said, do not identify as gay. If you're a married couple, just put on there you're a married couple. If you're a unmarried couple, just put on there you're an unmarried couple. And when it comes time to answer that race question, just put on there other. And if there's a line that you have to fill in, put human. And let Washington, D.C. know we are standing together as Americans, and we're tired of the identity politics, and we're tired of you fueling racism in this country with your little Nazi boxes.